Hello friends, it's been a while since I've posted a long form video on here. I'm planning to go into more detail about why that is in a future video, but for now please join me as I go through my compilation of the October challenge I did this year. I started this cute little 12cm square 140 GSM sketchbook from Talens for furry little Peach's Peachtober last year. This year I continued in the book, this time using a pencil, kneadable eraser, Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip pen, and an array of Ohuhu and Copic alcohol markers. I decided to swatch all the markers first because the Ohuhu trend to be different colours from their lids, and I think it's helpful to see what colour they'll be on the paper I'm using, especially as this sketchbook is a warm creamy colour, which could impact the colours of the alcohol markers. I did a lot of prep work for this October challenge. First was picking the prompts. When I learned about the Witchtober prompt list, I loved the idea. A lot of the lists included love potions though, and I'm really not keen on the romanticisation of these. So instead I went for Mia Lucia Arts prompt list, which is more character driven. The next decision was to focus on images of hands that would fulfil the prompts. My hope was to improve my hand drawing during the challenge and hopefully end up with some pictures I can turn into stickers. As a disabled artist, I can't rely on having enough energy to create every day consistently. Instead, I cheated, sketching out and inking each image over the course of September. I then did all the colouring in October, though I often batched them into a few one day, then resting and fitting my life into the next few days. In this manner, I was able to finish 30 images of Witchtober during October, and still have fun doing it. Here are a few things I learned over the month. While Ohuhu alcohol markers are considerably cheaper than Copics, and are good for bulk buying a range of colours, I really like that the Copics have a lot more availability of less saturated colours. I found it harder to build layers with Ohuhu's level of saturation, especially on the hands where I wanted to have a more complex range of colours. Now I have some staple colours from Ohuhu. I think I'll supplement this with more carefully curated colours from Copic. I definitely found that paper type matters. From what I can tell, the Talens sketchbooks are mixed media paper, and I really didn't enjoy colouring on it. The alcohol markers often bled across the line work, and also increased the difficulty of layering, bleeding more the more ink I put on. I'm tempted to try some of my favourite designs from this series on Bristol board or another paper suitable for alcohol markers to see the difference. I also found the colour application quite uneven in this sketchbook, often making larger areas look mottled, especially visible on hands with darker skin. And while I'm talking about the sketchbook, let me just say I hate working this small. This book is super cute, but I really struggle with not being able to put as much detail in as I'd like. And I've found over the month that the pictures I'm most happiest with, and that I feel have the best shapes in the hands, are the larger pictures. Something I've really enjoyed about this month of challenges is playing around with colours, especially thinking of what colours to use alongside the skin colours. Choosing colours that work in harmony, or ones that make certain areas stand out more. I do think I need a lot more practice in colouring skin of different colours, being more intentional with the colours I use, and trying to find references for different skin colours. I try to consider how skin is different colours on different parts of a hand, such as where a skin shows pinker on light skin, and where darker skinned people have paler or less pigmentation on their palms. But I'd like a lot more practice at all of this. One thing I did find useful was layering at least 2 colours of alcohol markers for the hands. I think this made the colours seem more complex and sort of deeper, but not in a darker way. Does that make sense? I'd also like to learn more about what colours to use to create shadows, especially on skin. I had some luck using greys and purples for shadows, but I was mostly just guessing with my colour choices. Overall though, I'm really happy with this series of drawings I've created. My confidence in drawing hands has increased, and I can start to see what shapes and angles I enjoy accentuating. I've also found myself feeling more confident with my line work. I enjoy the hardness of the Tombow pen, which is billed as a hard brush pen, but I'd say it's more like a slightly flexible plastic nib. During the course of the drawings, I started experimenting more on where lines should be thinner and thicker. Definitely something I want to keep working on. I hope you've enjoyed this collection of Witchtober pictures. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to check out my next video, which will be a flip through of all the finished pieces. Goodbye.